Welcome back, guys, to Alex Fix. We've got a door lock here at this property, and our customer wants to go to a European style door assembly. So you can pick these up on Amazon, you can pick them up on eBay or whatever. There's a couple well-made units out there. Just be careful which ones you buy. You want to make sure it's of good quality. And then we have the inner lock assembly that you have to do a mortise cut into the door to install. And this is a union. You could kind of look at that one if you guys want to look it up. I'll leave it on the video here for a second. And it's basically pretty simple to install. You basically have to put this inside your door. You got to pick a spot, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick a spot between this hole and this hole, only because we need to create a new hole for our mechanism to go through the door. Then what we'll do is we'll fill these two holes, Bondo several coats, and sand it and paint it. And what we'll do is we'll show you the process in a few steps here and how we do that. Alright, so first what we're going to do is we're going to start taking all of our locking mechanisms off. We're going to do the deadbolt first. And if you have any drill, you can do it with a drill. Or if you have a hand screwdriver, you can do it with a hand screwdriver. I suggest a drill. It's just going to go a lot quicker and easier. This has been in here for a while, so you gotta give it a little nudge. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is what the owner wants to do. So what we're gonna have is a simple small little door lock here, and they want to have just a nice ornate handle. And you're asking, how's the door going to close or latch whenever they close it? Well, you have several options. Some people do ball bearings that'll click the door shut. We decided to go with a very powerful magnet system. So this magnet is around $50 retail, and it comes with a piece for the door and a piece for the jamb. We'll put this on camera so if you guys want to look it up and purchase it. It comes in two magnets, and they actually have them separated inside because if they're put together, you literally can't take them apart. But we'll show you how to install that as well. Install this magnet, what we're going to do is we're going to pull our weather seal out first. And if it's tight, you might need a pair of pliers, but usually you can pull this out with your fingers. And I don't think that's going to happen here because my fingers don't want to pull it out. There we go. You want it out of the way. You put it in later. The magnet comes with a stencil, so you take your stencil. You want to put it closer to your jamb side, and then the magnet for the door you want to put closer to the exterior. So what's going to happen is it's going to, when the door gets close, it's going to pull it in nice and tight. So we're going to mark it here, and my pencil broke, and then we're going to router this out, and then we'll install our magnet, and we'll show you that next. Of the opening we need for our magnet. Go ahead and put the magnet in. It's gonna mess with you, so you gotta do it with two hands. there's that magnet, and now we're gonna line up the magnet for the door up here. We're gonna router this out, put the other magnet here, and then we'll show you how that works. All right, so we routed our hole up here for our other magnet. Go ahead and put it in. It's nice and flush with the door. Let's see if I can get this in without the magnet hopping out. There we go. Ah. One. Okay. There's two. And then let's see what it does here. As you can see, it's holding the door nice and tight. Give it a little push and it sucks it right in. Now you could always adjust those magnets. You can move them a little bit forward or back and kind of give you more of a pull. And then sometimes you can put a second magnet if you want and really pull it tight. But it's a nice option. Now to the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and line up our mechanism so we can cut out the inside of the door here and then work on fixing that. Ready, set, and go. All right, so with this kit, it comes with a stencil, and this is for your inner mechanism, and you're going to lay it on the door where you want it, and you're going to mark your holes. Best way to do a mortise cut is get the right tools. This is a okay tool. It's not the greatest, but it works. You can pick it up on Amazon. It's basically a mortise drill bit, and this stabilizes it while you go in and you bore out your opening. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. We're going to go ahead and bore this out, chisel out some and get it nice and right, and then we'll go ahead and show you our finished product there. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we went ahead and did our mortise cut. And if you're not familiar with these, they're not difficult, but they're time consuming, and if you're not perfectly straight, you're gonna have problems. You have to drill multiple times, do some chiseling, do some boring with the drill bit, and then we could just get this in here like this, nice and tight, flush with the door. And what we're gonna do is gonna line up where our keyway goes. We're gonna have to make that cut, and then when we make that cut, we put it in for a test fit. We're gonna make sure the door closes and locks, and then we can fill our original holes. Now this is a steel door with wood inside, but that's not a problem. With Bondo, we're gonna use a wood cap as a filler here, and then we're gonna Bondo over with several coats, smooth it out, and the door will be ready for paint. But the next time you see us, we're gonna go ahead and have our holes drilled for our keyway. All right, ready? Mm-hmm. Action. All right, so we got our mortise, our lock mechanism. I'm gonna go in nice and flush. And we had a little mishap with the measurements, which happens sometimes, so don't freak out. This is a steel door, so it is a little harder to cut, but you wanna get your lock mechanism, slide it in, and then there's a release button here to which you put down and turn, and that way it locks into place. There's a screw that goes in here and locks it so it doesn't move, but we're gonna go ahead and use it like this for now. We're gonna match up where we need to cut into the jamb for the lock itself, and then we're gonna start doing our filling with the Bondo, and then we'll get to that point. So at this point here, we're going to tape this in place for the first coat of Bondo, let it dry around it, and then pull it out and finish our Bondo work, just to fill in all this nice and tight. But we'll get to that point and we'll show you. All right, so we got our filler pieces made. Basically use the same drill bit you would use to bore out your door for a door lock. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in as our fillers. We put a hole through the middle so we can secure them. a couple of screws here. Just want to center it. Like I said, this is a metal door, so it's going to be a little tricky to get lined up just perfectly here. And all this is going to do is help us limit the amount of Bondo we use for filling. All right. Then we're going to put our lock mechanism in place. We're going to put our keyway through. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tape this, and put a preliminary coat of Bondo on. Let that dry a little bit, then remove all this, and then do a second, third coat of Bondo, and it's going to basically make this butter smooth and like nothing ever happened. So we'll get back to you when we get some Bondo on. All right, so here we go. We got a couple coats of Bondo on here. We've started sanding. We pulled our keyway out so we can sand all this properly. We got a few imperfections here, so we're going to go ahead and make a small batch and do a few more little areas here. Get this all sanded down, nice and smooth, buttery, and then put some primer on it. We'll have to clean the door. The whole door is getting repainted. But yeah, when we're done, it'll look like new. All right, so we got this all sanded down, nice and smooth. Put a primer coat on it. Prepping the door for paint. Next is paint. All right, guys, here we go. A couple coats of paint, and she looks great. Just gotta put it back together. Paint's still drying. And of course, thank God we're undercover, so. But I'll show you the other door we finished. Right before we finished this door, we started this yesterday and finishing it up today. And there's the finished product. Your European style door lock. And this was a modern door with, you know, the same exact handle mechanism and a deadbolt. It's all been deleted, cleaned up. There you go. If you guys like the video, please give us a like. I'm going to go ahead and do one more clip of the other door when we're wrapping it up. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, and there you go, guys. Finished product. Got the custom handle. Got our European lock in. And we deleted both openings. So if you guys are looking to do something similar at your house, it is possible. Just take your time. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.